Distractions are killing your ability to succeed as a sales professional. If you're leading a sales team and you're not aware of what's taking their time away from selling, well, guess what? You'll never be able to really achieve the ultimate potential that you and your team can achieve. Again, I have with me Riham Khan, upcoming speaker at our upcoming Win 2024 conference coming up on December 7th, author of Distracting Ourselves to Death. And we spoke on the previous let's say, introduction about, hey, people have to be aware that they're getting distracted. Now, as sales professional, any input on how to become aware, or what are some ideas that can make people aware and what to do with that?
I think one of the key things, Ramez, is the fact that you've got to really plan your day properly in advance. Because if you don't plan your day, someone's going to plan it for you, right? So, look at your diary in advance and give yourselves time where you're going to do that deep focused work, where you're going to do that sales the research to close that sales deal. You're going to go and build that sales plan. You're going to identify who your stakeholders are. Give yourself that focused time, because if you're not aware that you need, what we call biological prime time, it's like, when are you on your peak? Well, sometimes some of us are on the peak in the morning, right? Some of us in the other person. Exactly. So you've got to be aware, what are your strengths? When am I really, really good? I'm really good in the morning. Okay, set your hardest task in the morning and get it done then. Don't let it fester on your desk the whole day, taking all your energy away from you, and then try and do it at the end, because you won't have that energy to do it.
Right. Thank you so much for this, Rihan. And one of the main things I'm getting from that is there are key tasks that really can guarantee your success and the success of your team. One of them is, mapping in what we call a complex deal, mapping stakeholders, understanding what we call who has the power, who has the authority, who is able to influence in that decision. Really researching and identifying, do I have a certain, what we call a compelling event? Do I know exactly what's their timeline? Why? What happens if they do not do certain things? This is a critical thinking. This is critical time to make sure that you have all the pieces, all the blocks, all the building blocks for you to close the deal. And I love where, they say people do not plan to fail, but they fail to plan. It's a very old adage, but man, it really applies today. So what are the critical tasks that you must put aside so that you make sure that you do them first, and then everything else falls into place? Thank you so much for this tip, and I look forward for seeing you at the upcoming event. Again, distracting ourselves to death. The power of focus is the theme that's coming up. How do you take your team to the next level of productivity in 2024? Globally, things are not looking that good. Everyone has their eyes on this part of the world, and you know what? They have a good reason why we're growing, we're developing. There is a lot of activity. So what are you going to do to ensure that your team is ready to take advantage of the growth coming up? I'll see you on December 7th. Go ahead and subscribe.